5 deaths that broke our hearts in The Walking Dead. Death is inevitable in a show about a zombie apocalypse. Early on in The Walking Dead, it was about how to survive the hordes of undead people munchers who would turn up around every corner. As the series progressed, it became about how to survive the humans who still remained. So without further ado, let's see 5 characters' deaths in the movie series The Walking Dead that actually broke our hearts. Number 1. Rhee. Few characters are as purely good as Glenn. He was kind, dependable, funny, brave, and smart. He was a bit bubbling as he navigated the early parts of his relationship with Maggie, but through everything, they always stayed together. Theirs was true love. Glenn was good in a fight, the best on his supply run, and managed to make it several years before he had to kill anyone. He was taken by Negan's people when Daryl and Rosita tried to get revenge. He watched as Negan murdered Abraham as a warning. Daryl tried to fight back, but Glenn paid the price for that. It was gruesome and devastating. Number 2. Karl Grimm. Karl Grimm should have made it to the end, as so much for The Walking Dead has felt like his story in particular. His journey from a young boy to a teenager during a zombie apocalypse. And he came so far. He was the cute but slightly bratty kid. He had some turbulent years adjusting to his horrific reality, the death of his mother and his killing of Shane and an unarmed member Woodbury. Nevertheless, Karl adjusted and grew into a compassionate, wise young man. He helped others deal with their traumas, and he wanted to build a better world for his little sister. When he died, it felt like the whole family lost a bit of their soul. Number 3. Shasha Williams. Everyone has a rough time during the apocalypse, and everyone loses loved ones. But it seems no one lost more than Shasha. She and her brother joined Rhee's family while they were still at the prison. She began a relationship with Bob, the recovering alcoholic paramedic, and escaped with him and Maggie when the prison fell. After reuniting with the rest of the group, including her brother Tyrese, she lost Bob when he got beat. She was present when Beth was killed and shortly after lost Tyrese, also to a zombie bite. She was in a bad place for a long time, but started coming around and building a relationship with Abraham. That was cut brutally short when Negan murdered him in front of Shasha. Following that, she fell back into a bad place and her only goal was revenge. She finally got it, but at the cost of her own life. Shasha was such a good person. It was terrible that most of her time was spent in misery. Number 4. Beth Greene. Beth wasn't built for survival in the world of zombies. A teenager when it all started, she watched as both her brother and mother became sick and her father put them into the barn hoping for a cure. She watched the Walker version of her brother be shot and her mother tried to attack her. She became suicidal and withdrawn. However, Beth adapted. She became Judy's caregiver after Laurie died. She had hope. She learned to use a gun. While on the run with Daryl, Beth forced him to start having faith. She got kidnapped, but it didn't break her. By the time the rest of the group found her, Beth was strong and confident. So when Dawn accidentally shot her in the head, it was heartbreaking to see all that growth snuffed out. Number 5. Hershel Greene. Hershel had a rough time adapting to the zombie apocalypse, but he managed it. After losing his wife and stepson, Hershel kept his daughter safe, and once he was forced to acknowledge what the walkers were, his breakdown was brief. He became a sounding board for Rick, offering sage advice when needed, and he didn't even let losing his leg slow him down. When the governor decided to seek vengeance on the people of the prison, he took Hershel and Michonne hostage, trying to negotiate his takeover of the prison for their release. With Hershel's encouragement, Rick tried to compromise, but the governor was crazy and couldn't be swayed. He executed Eshel with Michelle's sword in front of his daughters, breaking everyone's hearts.